Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy CowboyJobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally doesn't work. And we are now open for business. And thank you for joining this morning's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because Lord knows when you least expect it, things happen. And some people will say, I am literally a jinx. I will not say it's too quiet in Dallas anymore. So we all know about Terrance Williams. There's still questions out there to exactly what happened. All we know is 4:30 in the morning, the police found his car. Some people say it hit a light pole, although Terrance Williams said it did not hit a light pole. And from the picture I saw, I did not see a light pole down. Supposedly, allegedly, car in front of him slammed on the brakes. He swerved and missed him. Car jumped up on the curb and stopped working. And he left, called a tow truck, and was on his way back to meet the tow truck. And a police officer saw him on an electric scooter and arrested him for drunk in public or disorderly conduct, something like that. So that's what we've gotten from Terrance Williams. We haven't heard anything from the police department that says one way or the other. Immediately, a lot of people just said, cut him, done with him, forget him. He's a body catcher. He's been a disappointment, yada, yada, yada. Well, from a money standpoint, and believe it or not, most things deal with money when it comes to the NFL. The reality is, no matter what you did with Terrance Williams, you weren't going to save any money. If he's cut this week, it's going to cost you $5 million. If you wait till next week, it's going to cost you $4.75 million. So there's no savings whatsoever getting rid of him. From the standpoint of PR, in the grand scheme of things, of some of the things that have gone on this offseason, it's not good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying the fact that he was out at 4:30 in the morning, possibly drinking and wrecking his car. From the grand scheme of things, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, we've seen a lot worse things, and I'm not going to go through and trash other NFL players or NFL teams at this moment, this Monday morning. But there are a lot of things that have been going on this offseason, and, basically it'll hit the wires for an hour or two, and then it's done. So it'll be interesting to see how much the talking heads go after this one. But from a standpoint of saving money, which is really the bottom line on most of these things, it's just going to add more dead money to our already dead money list of letting him go. You're not going to be able to bring somebody else in to replace him because the salary pretty much is fully guaranteed for this year. So the question you have to say is, okay, do we keep him on the roster, or do we have too many wide receivers? Because if you have to cut him and then replace him with somebody else, now you're looking at a financial burden, in which case you say, okay, we needed him. We don't have the money to replace him, so we'll hold on to him for another year. But that's still yet to be discussed. In other news, Tony Romo is going to get a football life come this fall. Ed Warder accidentally slipped out that he was being interviewed for doing the Tony Romo football life. And it'll be pretty interesting, I'm sure, because, Tony Romo has been polarizing. Either you love Tony Romo or you hated Tony Romo and stuff. And it'll be great to see how an undrafted free agent became the quarterback in the face of the franchise of America's team. It's really an amazing story. And the fact that he did what he was able to do and was completely overlooked by everybody in the NFL is an amazing thing. And I definitely would enjoy watching that. Of course, Jason Witten will be another one that'll be, I guess, a year down the road as well, that he will definitely be another football life. And apparently, somebody needs to let the dogs out. Jaylon Smith. I got a clip here. Jaylon Smith is looking really really good. They're doing all kinds of drills. I don't know if this is like put an egg up onto a cone and things like that, but you see Jaylon Smith working sideline to sideline really, really well. I never question his instincts, because you could look at him and know he knew where to go. The only question was, could he get there and deliver a blow? And that's where having that foot, it's incredible the fact that he was second on the team in tackles, basically on one leg. He's not working out with the Ritchie brace anymore. And if you don't understand what he has from the catastrophic knee injury, the knee itself healed. The problem was the nerves that carry through into the ankle weren't regenerating. They weren't active, and you need the nerves to control the muscle movement. So what happens is it's called drop foot, and literally it's just your foot goes limp. In some respects, it's kind of like what my dog actually had, which is getting better, with a disc. Basically a disc in its back just erupted. The dog was in so much pain and stuff, he couldn't walk. He was completely paralyzed. They went through and basically took the disc out and things, and it's healing. His right side, he could walk fine and all that, but his left side was just like the leg was dangling, and his paw would just keep getting caught underneath of him as he try and pull it forward. Now he's beginning to get movement back, and he's beginning to get it to move, but literally it's just limp. So imagine being an NFL linebacker, and this is your foot. When you go to run and plant, it's not doing anything for it. What the Ritchie brace did is basically it's like a spring. So it brings it back up. So automatically it pulls it back up. So with a lot of tape, a Ritchie brace, that's what he played on. So the fact that he had 97 tackles with a foot that's literally like this, it's incredible. But you could see when he had to plant and go to a receiver or make a move, because a running back would do a little juke, I'm set here, that his body wouldn't go with him. So he made more arm tackles or, hands grabbing the foot and things like that. Or he would get carried back a few yards because you don't have that foot to drive into a guy. Looking at this tape, he's got great planning ability and going back and forth, because he's literally going side to side on these cones. And if he does have that, and now all of a sudden you also have Van Der Esch, who is a great sideline to sideline guy, and you have a Sean Lee, you now have a great rotation of linebackers, because basically we're in nickel more than anything else. We've got more defensive backs in there with our system. Really, dog? Really? You're going to end up having two linebackers. So from the benefit standpoint of bringing a rookie along, slowly getting him used to your system, getting Jaylon Smith in his spots where he's not an every single down guy because he played better when he was used less. And then you've got Sean Lee in there. All of a sudden, you've got a great rotation that if somebody gets hurt, you are not having a catastrophic event like we did when Sean Lee went out. So that's exciting from that standpoint, and I literally just can't wait. But, guys, I got to get ready to go to work. Can't quit my day job. So as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, and of course the dogs, to make it interesting, I couldn't do it without you. And I'll see you guys later. I just love my coffee.
Down the line left, rip your arm across, simulate it. Come off the field, I'm not going to get cut off. Here we go, running. Down the line left.
He doesn't eat spicy food?
I do not eat spicy food. Dude.
But how's the taste, though?
That's bomb. It's good.
Chicken texture, man. But you still eat them, huh? Even though they're that hot? It's the pain from the spiciness and the love from the...
They're good. They're really good. I need a beer, though.
I got some over here in the cooler, my man.
I'm not trying it because I'm doing free time.
Oh, dude, dang it.
That video, Mark.
Oh, grab my man a beer out of here.
Can I get a beer?
Yeah, I'm just some beers.
I'll take it.
Wait. Oh, there you go. You lucked out. One last beer. Oh. I mean, you can handle it. They're hot. All right, man. Thanks, man. All right, no problem. Damn.
I gotta open it with something. Goddammit.
Here, let me. There we go. Oh, that's it. Oh,